Hi, thanks for coming back to my channel. I want to talk about today something that comes up quite often, for me anyway. It's the middle of the day, although I'm a different time zone than the East Coast if you're watching, but I'm on Arizona time, but it's the middle of the day. And I am making videos, and I'm able to do so because I am a stay-at-home wife. I used to work from home some time ago, but I'm a stay-at-home wife. This is what I do. But I wanted to talk about kind of the idea of being a stay-at-home wife and practicing witchcraft. Because I think for a lot of us, we see the idea of practicing witchcraft and you see it for achieving goals and things like that. And I know when I first started out, I wanted to craft this life where I would have, dried herbs hanging in the kitchen. I wanted to be, the picture of a witch. I wanted that. I wanted to wear long, flowy clothes all the time. And I still do sometimes. And I just haven't dried any herbs because it just hasn't been conducive to, you could just buy the herbs. Maybe one day. And I'm in a condo, so I would want to grow the herbs and then dry them, and that's a whole other thing. But anyway, I thought I would have this whole witchy aesthetic in my home decor, and I would be more witchy. I would wear dark lipstick, which, depending on occasion, I might, but all the time, I would always look witchy. And for me, in order for me to do this, I didn't see myself working any place because, they may not accept my witchiness. So why would I be working someplace? So I did see the not working in my path, and I'm talking over a decade ago. Yeah, it's over a decade ago that I would have started out on this path, and I was married at the time. So here we are now, and yeah, I still don't see working in it. For me, I am an empath. I'm not an empath, but I'm also very much in control. I'm an Aries sun and a Cancer moon. And I think by just default, if you have Cancer in you, how could you not be an empath, right? So I get emotional, to say the least. But I'm an empath, and I feel like sometimes, though, your guard is always up when you're dealing with people. If I had to go out and work with people, or if I interact with people all the time over the phone, or, wherever the case may be in a formal job, that might be an issue. Instead, I like to write. So I still reach people. I enjoy doing these videos, so I can still reach people. I don't mind comments and things like that, but it's a level of interaction I'm comfortable with. I do socialize. I go out. I go to places. But again, on my terms, sometimes on my husband's terms, because, he's a part of the relationship. He sometimes wants me to go to places that I'd rather not go because I'd rather just sit in the house. So maybe I'm low-key an introvert on top of that. But I think I made myself an introvert. But back to the witchy stuff. So I want to talk about being a true domestic goddess, but not in the way that you hear it now. Oh, well, she's a domestic goddess. No, I mean a goddess. I mean tapping into that energy of a goddess and doing and being the goddess of your domicile. So what that means to me, that means I have a clean home. Clean in the physical sense and clean in a sense of spiritually speaking. I don't have blocks on my home because I think that when people say, no spirits can get in and out, I have spirits I want to get in. And I want to have that interaction. So no, I don't have blocks for all spirits to not enter my home. I think you can put up different guards to what type of, if it's a ill will type of spirit, no, you cannot enter. And if you have somehow entered, you will be banished. But also being a domestic goddess is, more than just the home, it's your family. You protect your family, you do protection spells, unbeknownst to them, or if they're involved, that's fine. You enchant your husband's wedding ring, his clothing, same for your children. I'll give my child a crystal, just put this in the car, you don't have to worry about it. Just because I've already, done spell work and I've infused energy or encoded energy into that crystal. To me, I have time to do those things. any sort of full moon, anything like that, there's so much going on here where it just looks like everything's normal from anybody else who come over, but for me it's not. I've prepared things a certain way. I've anointed candles, regular everyday candles. They've been anointed so that they'll be burning that night. The intentions of the moon, the new moon, full moon, what have you, would be released. Even down to when you are being romantic and you being intimate with your husband. I mean, sometimes you're just intimate, but other times you can make sure that you're performing your own sex magic. And it's not a thing of he doesn't know he's a part of it. My husband knows what I practice. But it doesn't have to be a conversation and a whole thing, because I'm just interested in taking the sexual energy and releasing that for, if I'm for, in that case, I'm going to do for our greater good. Whatever I'm trying to manifest, whatever, spell work, whatever I'm trying to bring into our lives, what have you, I would use that. Everything, it's so much. The food I cook, even serving a drink, a cup of coffee, you enchant the coffee with spell. As this turns, so will abundance enter my life in this spiral, shape, or whatever you want to say, or something like that. Make a rhyming spell, whatever it is. To me, that's being a domestic goddess. That's how I do it. Even my makeup. Even when I'm doing, and I don't have any lipstick on today, but even my makeup, just the simple things of applying makeup. It's always, for desire, to be desired, to be attractive. I'll add that, I'm speaking these things into it as I apply it. Self-care, everything. I make sure to have meditative music playing through most of the day, vibrational type music to elicit a certain vibe in the house. Incense, I burn incense. And this is just stuff I do almost every day. I may not burn incense every day, but candles for sure usually. But just the overall vibe and how I approach everything, it's not just mundane. I take the mundane, I got to clean the toilet. It's got to get clean. That's fine. I'll say any negative energy, any ill will intent, doubt, fear, worry, all of that. As I make that final flush, it's all eliminated. It's gone and it's down the toilet. It's done. I'll think like that as I'm cleaning the toilet. So, not to get gross, but you kind of see where I'm going with this. Hopefully, is that I add my witchiness to my housework, to being a housewife, to the whole thing. It's worked so far. I mean, I've been doing this for some time now, and I feel like we've had a really great life. I think my children and my husband would say the same. I know my husband definitely would. Things are going good for him. But yeah, I think another layer to add to this is that I do all of this and I don't have to walk around telling people. I don't not tell anybody. If someone asks me a direct question, I'm always going to answer it. But I also don't have to be in a space of, well, I'm a witch and I'm a this and I do this and I do that. It's more like, people just know, oh, it's something about you. Recently, I was at an event and a small group, a party, if you will, and this guy, I don't know him. I'm not from here, so I don't know anybody I'm going to talk about going forward. But he said to me, oh, it's something about your aura. You just seem very welcoming. You just, it's just something, it's something about you. I just don't know what it is. And my husband's there. I mean, he has a wife. It's nothing like that. But he's like, it's just something about your aura. I don't know, something about you. And he was trying to figure out what it was about me. And, people, if you are attuned, you'll recognize people who are along the path as well. Maybe sometimes people just wear jewelry or a tattoo or something like that. And he was tattooed, by the way. But people recognize, you can sense, we're magical beings. We can sense others who are like us. But yeah, he could definitely sense that. And you know what? I look over at my husband, and my husband has a look of pride on his face, like, I know what her secret is. It's not really a secret, but I know what her secret is. And that, that's pretty cool to be able to have that relationship with him where he picks up on it too. But domestic goddess, just to kind of circle it back to there, being a domestic goddess, I love it. It's really me. It's what I've deep down think I've always wanted to do. I can employ all the things I've learned over the years in the outside world, education, work, everything like that, and all my magical studies for more than a decade. And it all comes together, and I feel safe and secure in my home, in my marriage, in my family, which allows me the opportunity to be able to do the things that I do, to live out my witchy life, to be a goddess, in my own home and even outside my home, but in my own home and a domestic one. I enjoy taking care of home. I enjoy having nice things and having a comfortable, smelling good environment for myself and as well as for my husband. I love that. And I love that he looks to me and knows that I'm able to do that. Not many people can. I know that because I've been in your house. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, was how to be a domestic goddess, or how to be a house witch, if you will, or a housewife who happens to practice magic. What I think I'll do next, I'm very leery of doing spell work on video. I have my ideas on that. And one time for the red cup, we bought a pack of them. And I said, we might as well use them. Why use glasses? I don't have to. But spell work and video. I'll try it. Let me tell you why. I feel like you're supposed to move in silence when it comes to that. And I feel like you're supposed to keep that a secret. It's supposed to be a secret. And spell work is so personal. But I'm willing to give it a try. I think a simple candle spell would probably be good. Or maybe making a potion, because you would just be watching me do the steps and so forth and so on. So that might not be so bad. I might do that. One of my hair potions for hair growth. So I might be able to share that. As a matter of fact, I think I will. So stay tuned for that video. I'm thinking off the cuff, but I think I'm going to do that. But anyway, stay tuned, because I definitely want to share more on this topic and all things witchy. The whole point of this channel for me is really just to kind of get on here and just share things. I feel like we need more of that. It doesn't have to always be people talking down to you, telling you how you're doing something wrong, or my way is the better way, or African traditionalism is this way, or it's Wicca or whatever. No, so I know for me, I just want to find a regular person. We're all regular, but you know what I mean. A regular person living their life who happens to practice magic, and they get results, and they share that sort of stuff, and they're open to new things, and maybe they'll try it out and share it with everybody who watches the video. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. That's me. I like the fanfare. I like all the extra stuff too, but I also sometimes just, you just kind of want to see somebody like you out there. Even if I don't look like you, maybe I talk like you, or maybe, we're vibing on the same thing, where you're looking at this like, are regular people doing this, and is it working for them? Yeah, me. I'm a regular person, and it's working for me. So continue to watch my channel, and I'll show you how it's working for me, and hopefully it'll work for you if it's not already. Thanks.